to Morgus Presents.
Morgus Presents is brought to you by Cox Communications, rebuilding a greater New Orleans together.
We just didn't make it in time, I'm telling you. All right. Okay, now take your time. Take your time, very valuable. That's it. You know, they should have given me 2 men instead of 1. If something happened to you, this thing could be damaged. All right, that's good, right there. All right, let's set it down. That's good. All right, you gotta set it flat. That's right there. Okay, take it easy, that's good. Okay, very good, yes, sir. All right, okay. All right, good luck. Oh, I tell you, we just did make it. My dear friends of science, and especially those of the higher order, tonight is a big one. Yes, tonight is one of those nights we've been waiting for. And as you can see, I've returned safely from my secret trip this past week to Egypt. That's right, I know a lot of you didn't know about it, Egypt. And for those of you who know the reason for the expedition, I can assure you I was successful in finding and bringing back all the contents. And it will be revealed right here on television tonight. Now, as for you faithful friends of science, get ready for an exciting scientific revelation. One that you, yes, you, can become a part of. The box and its secrets will be opened in 1 minute. Stand by. Yes. Oh, you're back. Well, oh, my dear friends and students, get ready for a biggie. You see, I am to reveal to you tonight the next in a series of revelations concerning the higher order. Now, to those of you who kept notes, it's quite obvious that our sign of the higher order has a great deal in direct relationship to do with the Great Pyramid in Egypt. And for those of you who may not know, you see, the Great Pyramid was designed by an advanced group of interplanetary travelers who left behind a small cell of initiated members of the higher order to oversee its construction. Now, they actually were the first wise men in history. You've often read about wise men. Well, most of them were initiates. Now, one of them happens to have been my ancestor. In fact, you can see it up there, Morgus the First. There it is. Well, though there has been much speculation as to how and why the Great Pyramid was built, I can only tell you this much. Within its structure are secrets of apocalyptic proportions. Well, what I mean is, these geniuses left universal measurements and advanced contents hidden within the building for advancement of the entire human race. I'm going to give you a quick look at this. I drew a picture here. Oh, here we go, right here. All right. You see, this is an X-ray view of the Great Pyramid in Egypt. And of course, many times you've read about the King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber, the so-called King and Queen's Chamber. Actually, the wise men, or the initiates at that time, made the pharaohs believe that that's where they were going to be buried. But what they really wanted to bury in there were instruments and measurements of universal importance. And that's what was kept in there. And of course, there's a little more to this. You see, the initiates knew that these chambers would be eventually broken into. What they didn't know was that the idiots would eventually break in and not recognize the importance of the equipment, and therefore we would lose all this information. They were looking for gold and jewels. However, I am now allowed to tell you that the 3 known chambers were only decoys, and a 4th and larger chamber lies where no one ever believed possible, and that is just 15 feet beneath the center of the pyramid. You see this little pit down here? That's a decoy. That's over 200 feet down in the ground. But right up here, 15 feet below the bottom of the pyramid, is the other secret chamber. The center of the pyramid. And of course, my instructions were to tunnel under the pyramid to that chamber, remove certain valuable contents, and bring them here for useful purposes of the higher order. Well, I have been very successful in doing this. Of course, I drew a quick little thing here to make an explanation. You see, I have a little tunneling device I invented called the Morgus Earth Displacer. using concentrated short-length laser beams, the machine actually burns its way through the sand and soil at 3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, after removing the contents, Chopsley and I, of course, carefully packed them into this crate over here at... Oh, no. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I was thinking about talking to you. Oh, I've got Chopsley inside. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yes, well, I couldn't take a chance with all the valuables inside. Oh, no, he was supposed to be breathing through the straw. It's flat. Chopsley, are you all right? Look, Chopsley, I'm sorry, okay? All right, I know. Take your time, Chopsley. Try to breathe. Try your best, Chopsley. Well, of course, you know, Chopsley always dedicates himself to science. But needless to say, friends, you are in for the biggest television night in history. I have a feeling that within this crate lies some fantastic surprises. So hang on for a few moments, let them run to the entertainment, and we'll be right back.
Friends of science, it's time once again to Ask Dr. Morgus. Elaine Agamy of River Ridge writes, Dr. Morgus, if I Google myself and I cannot find anything, do I exist?
Why, yes, of course you would exist. Although I must say, it would take some kind of Yahoo to find you.
Thank you, Dr. Morgus. This week's entry will receive a coveted Morgus t-shirt and the admiration of the scientific community. You too can have your challenging question answered by Dr. Morgus. Send the doctor an email with your question, name, and address to morgus@cox.com.
Okay. You just stay right there and try to catch your breath. I'll need you in a little while, okay? Oh, I let Chopsley catch his breath a little bit, you know, under the circumstances. Anyway, I was pulling out some of the contents here. There's some old scrolls in here that we'll have to read for you, because this is where the instruction sheet takes over. Let's see. Oh, yeah. All of this is in hieroglyphics. I'm telling you. Oh, okay. What it says here is that I, Morgus, have been entrusted with the original drawings and designs for several of the world's greatest inventions, which were created and owned by the initiates of the higher order. Since the time has now come when world laws are followed by all nations, I am to make retroactive claim for the patents and ownership of these inventions. Good grief. I am to collect royalties from all nations who have in the past and are presently using any of these inventions. Oh, whoa. Oh, no. The wheel. The wheel. Good grief. The wheel. You realize how many cars are out there? Oh, we own the wheel. Steering wheel, I mean, spinning wheels. Good grief. The plow. We own the plow, Chopsley. You can't eat without a plow. They invented the screw. We own the screw. And also bridges. Bridges. Yes, of course, there are all kinds of bridges. Oh, I tell you, it says that I am to hire the services of 1,000 of the world's top lawyers to present my claim to the World Court. I am to pay them a retainer fee of 1% of the... Of course, we're talking about billions of dollars. What lawyer wouldn't love to get his jurisprudence on that, huh? Well, they'll be calling me probably. Now, it says the first monies, which I'm sure will be a lot, we receive will be used for interplanetary transportation. You are instructed to build a giant space module to the likeness and size of the Great Pyramid. Oh, are they clever? Imagine a space module that big. It says it is to accommodate 100,000 volunteers from the planet Earth who will be transported to a new planet for colonization. You are also to include 50,000 turkeys and 50,000 rabbits. Oh yeah, I guess there's a reason. The space module will not contain propulsion engines, but but will be launched by anti-gravity acceleration. Oh, yes, I know about that, but you don't. It says, enclosed you will find the Atom Neutralizer. Oh, yes, that's right. It's a device that generates an invisible penetrating beam that dissolves solid molecule structure of atoms and causes any solid object to lose its density and then has no weight. Of course, it penetrates the atoms and completely... Oh, that is clever. I knew they had it. A structure the size of the Great Pyramid could be made weightless when bombarded by the Atom Neutralizer. Oh, and it's right in here. Of course, I packed it. It looked very funny. Oh, it's kind of heavy, but I packed it over there in Egypt. Oh, we're going to take a look at that in a moment. Wait till you see this thing. This is unbelievable. The space module is to be constructed of palladium ceramics, and when complete, an anti-gravity beam will be focused on the module, and the structure will be magnetically drawn into space by the anti-gravity acceleration process. Like a vacuum cleaner. Of course, the module will be weightless. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you what, I've got to let you take just a quick look at this thing. You've got to see this. This is unbelievable. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Oh, I got to be very careful. It weighs about 30 or 40 pounds. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Oh, gosh. You might know the higher order would build something like this. Look at this. Of course, it's 4,000 years old. Well, no doubt it's out of warranty. But believe me, it wouldn't need a warranty. You know that. Okay, just hold on to everything. Oh, yes, go ahead and run back a moment. We'll be back in just a few minutes. The excitement is just getting started. Oh, Chopsley, I'll tell you when to turn them off, Chopsley. Oh, boy, you're back just in time. I've got all of the illustrative drawings that the higher order put together. Of course, all the schematic and technical drawings are still inside the crate here, but I want you to see the wheel, the layout. Oh, were they clever. Look at this. Here's the basic circle. Of course, they give the entire formula for the circle, including pi, and of course, all the different weights and forces that work with the wheel. Then they go down here and show how the spoke can be used with the axle, which is over here, and of course, the combination there. And then they even have, oh, look at this, the gear wheel and even the pulley wheel. Now, step over here. Over here they have the plow, they have the handle, then they have the blade, the extension guide, and of course the completed plow down here. Oh boy, I can't believe we own that. And of course one of the greatest inventions was the screw, and they own it. It started out as a nail, as you can see, and then they explain how the head works with the slot. And then we move down to the instrument that drives into the head of the screw and turns the threads. That's the wood screw. And they even cover the metal screw, which is down here, and they explain the nut. And of course, they even take credit for it right there. So you know we'll be able to get a patent on this. And last but not least, look at this, the bridge, the basic bridge here. They have the pilaster in the middle. They have the extension beams, which fall to the center, and then they show the trestle construction here to the center of the little pilaster here, and then the completed trestle over there. All right, Chopsy. Now let's show them the film. You've got the projector ready? All right. You know, those initiates of the higher order were very clever. We have schematic drawings on microfilm and transparencies. It's oh, go put the light out here. I'll be able to show you in a second just what they have in mind as far as the module is concerned. All right, Chopsley. Now I'm going to turn on the projector, and you will be able to see for yourself. Okay, let's see. There it is. There it is. Okay, you see? Oh, look at that. Now, there's the pyramid, of course, and all of these symbols mean something. Now, as you can see in the top, there's a little, it's a container of gas is what it is. It's called a petrified gas that's going to be released inside the capsule, which will take over all of the inhabitants. Now, once the people are inside, they, of course, will be in a reclining position on different levels. And, of course, down here, which I think is very clever of them, they have put the rabbits and the turkeys down below, which is an excellent idea. Now, speaking of the rabbits, I have no idea what they have in mind for rabbits. But I would think that the rabbit, of course, produces. Rabbits multiply, as they say. Rabbits are very, very active, so I think they feel it would be very easy to raise rabbits up there. Now, as far as the turkeys go, well, everybody knows turkeys. Turkeys probably, well, at one time it was going to be the national bird of this country. But turkeys, as you know, are full of all sorts of vitamins and, of course, producing eggs and feathers and things like that. What are you doing, you dummy? Stop that here. Go put the light on. Nonetheless, as you can see, the explanation here is to explain how the module will be constructed. And that's what we're actually going to do. Now, this is where you come in. What the instructions call for are volunteers from 20 years old to 45 years of age. You must be single. I repeat that, no exceptions. You must be single. Now look, don't all come running down here tonight at once. We're going to take a few people here, give you physicals, and of course, remember, you will be leaving Earth. You'll be volunteering for this colonization. So come on down here to the Old City Ice House, just a few of you tonight. You must be between 20 and 45 years old and single. We want men and women, of course. Oh yes, go ahead and roll back for a little while, and we'll be right back in a few minutes. Now look, Chopsley, next time I tell you, are you sure about this, sir? Oh, this is real great news. Okay, I'll be calling you back shortly. Thank you. Oh, I just got wonderful news from one of my attorneys. He assures me that we will indeed be issued the patents and ownership of all of these great inventions created by the higher order. As a matter of fact, Eric here has come up with a computer list of the top 1,000 patent attorneys to make sure we get into every country and we can collect royalties. We're talking about some big money. And with this kind of money, we will be able to afford to build a module the size of the Great Pyramid to house our space voyage. Oh, speaking of that, this is going to play a big part. This, of course, is the Atom Neutralizer. And as I explained earlier, what we have here is an instrument with a great deal of power inside. What the power source is, I don't know, because it's not from this planet. But as you can see, there's a lever here. It's very simple. There are no mechanical parts. The power is within this section. I can see an exhaust back here. Now what happens is, when we pull this lever, it says there's a gauge from 1 foot all the way to 500 feet. So that means you just pull this back slightly, and of course the penetrating beam goes out that distance. I'll give you an example. I wanted to display this. In fact, Chopsley, why don't we use this scale here? I'm going to put this over here. You stand back, Chopsley. What I'm going to do is set it for 2 feet. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just 2 feet away. You can't go any further because then it would go into the floor. All right, at 2 feet. I'll pull it back here at 2 feet. All right, I'll pass it right there, like that. Now, that penetrates all the solid molecules in every atom in there and condenses them, okay? All right, Chopsley, take this. All right, let's hold that and put it over there. Now get ready. Watch when I give one big huff and puff. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's going up. Oh, it's just coasting all the way. It's going up to the ceiling. All the way up to the ceiling. You see what's happening? The solid molecules are being condensed by the ray. And that can happen with any object, any size, including something the size of the Great Pyramid, believe it or not. Oh, excuse me. Who could that be? Look, we don't need any interruptions.
Hey, Doc, remember me, Mervyn Pentner?
Yes, yes, I remember you. You were here a couple of weeks ago with that young girl. Yes, I know.
Hey, that's right. And you recall that I'm a bachelor, and I want to volunteer for that singles cruise you're organizing.
Oh, it's not a singles cruise. This is a space voyage with single people. We're going to another planet. And besides, you wouldn't qualify. You have to be between 20 and 45, and no exceptions, okay?
Look, Doc, every girl I date is between 20 and 45. Look, I can make it up to you. I'll leave everything I own on Earth to Mammy.
No, look, I can't make any exceptions, okay? I can't make any exceptions. You have to leave. Wait, hold it, just a moment. Now, we are having 100,000 singles up there, and, you know, we may need a chaperone, and you do look kind of, kind of a...
What a great idea.
Well...
Ooh, I wish I had thought of that.
Yes, well, listen, I'll tell you what, you will have to keep an eye on about 50,000 girls, though. You understand that? Can you do that?
50. Absolutely. I'll take them personally under my wing, Doc. You couldn't have made a better choice.
All right, we got to give him a physical, Chopsley. I want you to check him out. Check his blood pressure.
Oh, yeah, give me a good physical.
Yeah, all right, check the whole thing out. Yeah, so we'll let him do that, friends. Don't worry. We'll be able to control him. Oh, the rest of you, go ahead and run back. We'll be back in a few moments. Chopsley, check him out. Oh, yes, every detail is correct. You can... Oh, I was just checking out the drawings. Oh, I tell you, the Momus Alexander Morgus Institute is going to be well off very shortly. Mammy's going to make it, finally. And, of course, it's going to take a little while now to build a capsule. This space capsule is going to have to be the size of the Great Pyramid. Now, we're talking about something that's about 13 acres at the base. So it will have to be built out in the countryside. It'll only take about a year, but you'll be reading all about it. Now, as you know, things like the plow and the screw and the bridges and, of course, the wheel will make the money. We're going to own the patent. Chopsley, hold up a minute, I'm not ready. I was about to explain the atomic... What do you want? Oh, okay. He knew I was going to explain this. All right, step out of the way. I was going to explain a little more about the atomic neutralizer. And, of course, this is, like I say, can move a structure the size of the Great Pyramid. In fact, it can go up to 500 feet of penetration of any kind of building or structure and make it as light as a feather. Now, I'm going to set this for just about 10 feet away, just up to here. Okay, oh, it's probably going all the way through there. All right, there it goes. Okay, you can't hear a thing either. All right, Chopsley, take this. Now, stand back. Keep your eye on it. There she goes, Oh, you see it? All the way up to the ceiling, Chopsley, just like you wanted. All right, uh-oh, there's the telephone. I'll get that. Well, it's probably one of my attorneys. We have to get those patents all straightened out. Yes, hello. Wait, hold on, please. What is it? What? Oh, your axe? Yeah, okay, you can make your axe lighter, but hurry up. Yes, sir, what is it? Oh, yes. Well, we're all going to go to The Hague. I mean, that's the World Court, you understand? Yes. I'm inviting over 1,000 patent attorneys to come to the Netherlands to meet with us. We're all going to meet there, you understand? Well, wait a minute. The building's shaking. Oh, no. The building's going up. What could have gone wrong? The whole thing is going up. Oh, good grief. I can't believe the higher order is calling up.
When Morgus the Magnificent takes us into the realm of science. Good night, pleasant dreams.
Morgus Presents was brought to you by Cox Communications, rebuilding a greater New Orleans together.